Moving on to Area 2. This will be new territory for me, since, well, I won't have had to re-record this area entirely. This trainer seems to specialize in duos. Mostly Bug, but she also has Plusle and Minun, so let's see what she ends up using here. Oh, you've broken up your duo, Cascoon and Illumise. Not exactly the best combination here, because I'm using Dan Green and Sol. So, yeah, we've got something that's super effective against both of them, so let's just go ahead and Fire Blast the Illumise and Psychic the Cascoon. Or you could... If you go for Helping Hand Harden, I'm gonna laugh so much. Although, you probably won't ever get the chance to do so unless I miss Fire Blast. Well, no, I'm Psychicing the Cascoon. Which is part Poison. It's not part Poison yet. I didn't know that, okay. I forgot about that. Okay, there's Minun. Wonder if you have broken up the duo, or if you also have Plusle there. Well, you certainly don't have Illumise there anymore, that's for sure. Actually, I was about to talk about Illumise. Oh, hey, you have Plusle. Okay, that I do need to worry about, because you now have plus and minus triggering. So, their special attacks are both now 1.5 times as powerful. I'm going to need to be careful here. Minun is slightly bulkier than Plusle is. Plusle is slightly more offensive than Minun is. Also, they can use Quick Attack. They just act so happy all the time. Though I always found it bizarre how Plusle and Minun are apparently supposed to be cheerleaders. That was definitely a focus band. I think it makes more sense in the anime, where sometimes they create sparks that look like pom-poms. Yeah, that's a great use of your prolonged survival. Especially seeing as you're both going down this turn. I wonder how at risk Sol is of running out of PP for Psychic later down the line. I mean, you do get healed after every fight, so if you didn't, this mount battle would be a lot harder, but... So I'd need to use all 10 uses of it in one fight. It's not very likely. Well, that was actually I wouldn't say really challenging, but that battle was a little bit of a step up from Area 1. Okay, let's move on and see what dastardly schemes the next No. I'm supposed to select No here. Well, we know what dastardly schemes the menu came up with. Let's give Kickface some attention here. Weirdly enough, this guy has a Pelipper, but the rest of his Pokemon are all unevolved, so I'm not really sure what that Pelipper is doing. Well, he's using it first. It's kind of funny how the Spheal, the lowest form of a 3-stage evolution line, has more HP than a fully evolved Pokemon. But anyway, let's just go ahead and Psychic that, and let's High Jump Kick the Spheal. We'll be seeing possibly more of Spheal in XD, but for now, it's probably going to get kicked in the face unless I miss. There's Wooper, which I still think has a pretty funny sounding cry. Apparently Gen 2 only added like a very small amount of truly new cries, and a lot of its cries were just altering the pitch of existing Gen 1 cries. Because Gen 1, to save on memory storage, the majority of cries in Gen 1 were all actually the same sound, just altered in pitch. So, I forget the exact number, I'll have to look it up, but despite there being 151 Pokemon in Gen 1, there are far less cries than that. There are probably only like less than a third that many cries. And some Pokemon in Gen 1 had the exact same cry, like Charizard and Rhyhorn, and Omanite and Machop, and Ditto and Poliwag. There might be more combinations that have the same cry, but those are the ones that I remember. Youthful Spirit is the name of Ken and Koromaru's theme. No! I'm gonna have to learn to press no there. More generic dialogue. This guy's team isn't that generic, though. It has the lowest forms of all of the Hoenn starters. I almost said Johto for a second there, but no, Hoenn starters. I'm wondering, does anyone ever use the lowest forms of the Johto starters in this game? Because, yeah, I haven't seen any Chikorritas, Cyndaquils, or Totodiles. But anyway, okay, you are going for... Both of you are resistant to Surf, so I'll just have to Ice Beam the Trico. Well, at least Trico's not getting shafted here. Well, I mean, I'm going to shaft the Trico. That sounds kind of weird, but yeah. Hopefully I will when I hit with this Ice Beam. Oh, look, there's Pikachu. Yay! Yeah, I still think, yeah, Pikachu is still probably my least favorite Pokemon of all time. I forgot how funny Trico's fading animation was. It's like, woo! For a second, and then it just stops. Anyway, I am going to Psychic that Pikachu painfully. That's not the best move in this situation, though. It's a shame. But yeah, it's mainly because I just don't like how much exposure it got in the anime, despite being a pretty weak Pokemon in the games. And the fact that the anime makes it incredibly powerful, and, but more so the fact that Pikachu was the face of Pokemon to everyone who hated Pokemon, during my high school years. So, to all those people who constantly bullied me, Pikachu was the only Pokemon they knew, and that partially led to why I ended up hating it. Remember to say no this time. And, oh hey, it's a rider. Well, I guess that means they're motorcycle riders. Oh, just what I was saying, that are those used in this game? I had a feeling the next trainer would use them. Wendo. It's like Window Tornado. Okay, you are actually using Cyndaquil. I forget, the Cyndaquil? Yeah, no, it doesn't have its fire lit unless it attacks. I don't like how that whole evolution line is animated in this game. How they don't have their fire on them at all until they're attacking. I mean, I admit that it's kind of more realistic, I guess, because that's probably how they work, but still, they look cooler with the fire. They just look so plain and bland without it. Especially Typhlosion. Typhlosion does not look threatening without its fire. And hey, there's Totodile. Waving its arms about like that. Oh yeah, for those of you wondering about the dings that occasionally happen when I'm recording, that's because I'm right next to my phone. My phone is an old antique that's like an old, one of those ones that has the ring dial, and it just sometimes dings for no reason. I don't know why. I should probably disconnect it because these days, everyone who calls knows our mobile numbers, and nobody really ever uses the landline anymore, so the only people who ever call over the landline are telemarketers. I got one recently claiming to be my internet company saying that we've been hacked, but I've heard that's a very common scam. When I kept pressing them for more information as to who they worked for and what was the nature of the hacking, they eventually said, "Can I speak to whoever owns the service?" Obviously they had no idea what to say. Anyway, next area. No suspend challenge. And it's a fun old lady, still one of my favorite trainer class names. Okay, I think this is who I'll lead with. She has a lot of dark types as well as a lot of psychic types, so I'm going to go for Kick, Face, and Soul here. Okay, double dark lead. That's actually terrible for Soul because Soul can't do anything to Pokemon that are immune to psychic. Yeah, I really don't have much in the way of special moves that Soul can use. Unless... Except, I pressed the wrong button on the D-pad and chose Luna. So that's actually an annoying thing about the way they do the Pokemon selection in this game. They're using these secret selection... Oh, really? This secret selection method that you use when you're playing multiplayer, just so that neither player can see what each other is choosing. And that's all well and good in multiplayer, but in single player, I mean, the AI is going to know what you're choosing anyway, because it knows everything. So, I wish they wouldn't use the system where you have to press buttons, depending on which Pokemon you select, whether you could just... I wish you could just select them directly, because it means that if you press the wrong button and chose the wrong Pokemon, you won't know until it's already too late. And while in the early stages you can usually live with this, in the later rounds, that can really cost you if you pick the wrong Pokemon. So yeah, I accidentally pressed Luna's button instead of Soul's button, and there was no way I had of knowing unless I got into the actual battle. Because, yeah, while the GameCube's analog stick is fantastic, its D-pad is not really the best. So that is quite annoying. Okay, good. That was a one-shot. Let's just finish off this battle quickly. I'm still probably going to get a perfect win here. Well, I mean, I don't think Abra ever learns any attacking moves by level up, but of course, trained Abras usually have TMs. I'm sorry if I'm not saying much over the trainer's defeat quotes, but the lines just are pretty boring here. Well, at least you have Yoda speak going for you. Okay, this is a water-type team, so I'm going to give Jumpluff some attention here. I feel like I might not end up using Jumpluff all that much in this challenge, but I wanted to keep my main story team together. If I was going for the best Pokemon available to me, I really should have been using either Tyranitar or Metagross in Jumpluff's place here, because Jumpluff's role is pretty much done now that I've caught every Pokemon available in the game. Jumpluff was more used as a catcher rather than a fighter, but I just feel bad breaking up the original team. I want to go through this with the same team I used in story mode, so that's why I still have Jumpluff here. So yeah, you probably won't see that much of Jumpluff here, unfortunately. Because yeah, even when super effective, it's not likely to one-shot a lot of things because it's just so weak. Well, not unless they're criticals. I should be saying she, not it. Anyway, it's probably more talking about Jumpluffs in general. And we get to see the square shadows again. The square shadows sounds like some kind of weird, B-movie name. The Square Shadows! And two of your Pokemon happen to be part poison, which was bad. You see, I'm still wondering why Psychic is super effective against poison. Maybe it's like the mind resisting the effects of poison? I don't know. I mean, Psychic beating Fighting makes perfect sense. And there goes Remoraid. So that was a pretty quick battle. Okay, that one was actually kind of good. To make it even better, imagine those lines being said in Yoda's voice. While the last fight was entirely water types, this one is entirely grass type, so I'm guessing the next one will be either entirely fire or entirely electric. We'll see. Ah, dang it, you didn't lead with anything weak to Psychic. You do have some Pokemon that are weak to Psychic, but you didn't lead with them. I still don't know if the AI actually does choose its form based on yours or not. Like, whether it's actually influenced by which Pokemon you have. Like, the fact that I have Espeon might influence them into not picking the ones that are weak to Psychic. Also, wow, on my, So I'm using Wii component cables now. I just got them in the mail. And the Hunter's expression looked really weird in this high quality. Well, that was a great turn. Well, at least it was a pretty bad turn for you as well, so I'll accept that. Yeah, I'll Psychic the one that's not weak to Fire Blast. But yeah, I don't know if you're seeing any notable difference in quality in these videos, because from what I can tell, despite the fact that they let you to output in 480p, whenever I go into this with the TV, it says 480i, not 480p. So maybe 480p is not for GameCube games, like only Wii games can do 480p. But the thing is, though, I'm definitely noticing far better quality on my screen. My actual screen, the quality looks great. It looks better than when I was using the composite cables. In fact, something you probably didn't know, because it doesn't actually show up in the recorded footage, but when I was using the composite cables, sometimes the TV's footage would freak out and just woggle, that's a weird word, wiggle all over the place. Like, as if the plugs were coming unstuck, but they weren't. But the funny thing was, it was just on the TV, not in the actual recording on my laptop. So you would never have noticed that. I just had to pretend it wasn't happening whenever it happened. That doesn't happen now that I have component cables, though. No, I do not want to suspend. Oh, I hate the way that they word that. Oh, hey, a scientist. Okay, so you're probably going to be, Turns out he wasn't using electric types. He actually has a variety of types, so that's surprising. And his name has Burn in it, and he's not using fire types. That's kind of weird. He's using a lot of birds, though. One of which is quite bad. Wonder if Natu is probably a better Pokemon than Delibird. It might actually be. I don't know. Delibird can at least use, Hustle boosted Aerial Ace, which does ignore the Hustle accuracy penalty. Although I did actually see, like, Delibird can learn Destiny Bond as well. I got caught off guard by that when I battled someone live once, and it was pretty funny. Someone like I knew from university, but like the Pokemon Society, they were having gym leaders, but each gym leader got a wild card Pokemon that didn't have to be of their main specialty type, and I think this guy was a grass gym leader, but he also had Delibird, and I was like, ha ha, ha ha, Delibird, ha ha, and he sends out the Delibird first, and it turns out to have Spikes and Destiny Bond, and that really threw me off. I lost something to Destiny Bond, kind of fitting though that one of the best things that Delibird can do is get itself fainted. But it still kind of surprised me. And yeah, you are double weak to this, so goodbye the Bravo. That was not a very hard battle. You know, I guess I shouldn't speak too soon. I think I'm actually going through Area 2 faster than I went through Area 1. But again, I shouldn't speak too soon. Still got a few battles to go. 2 more. If these end up going on for 10 minutes, then I will have got through this place as fast as I got through the first area. This trainer has some kind of stronger Pokemon, and at first I thought you were called Cool Trainer Vernon, was going to make Harry Potter references, but no, you're Veron. Guess I can make Oracle of Ages references then? Actually would probably like to do Oracle of Ages sometime. It was actually my first Zelda. Don't know why I said actually there, but yeah, it was my first Zelda. I brought Jumpluff because she has a Graveler and a Pupitar, so if she uses either of those, and that's a lot of HP on that Whalmer, but if she uses either of those, then, you know, I might actually be able to one-shot them for once. I thought you'd survive that, because mine and special defense is actually decent. That's quite a bit of damage, although, yeah, admittedly, Whalmer has pretty bad defenses. It usually goes that most Pokemon, like most defensive Pokemon, either have good HP but bad defenses, or bad defenses and good HP. Wait a minute. So, what I was trying to say was that most defensive Pokemon either have good defenses and bad HP, or good HP and bad defenses. It's very rare that you have a Pokemon that has both good HP and good defenses. Cresselia is one of those few examples. Cresselia also being one of those Pokemon that is barely ever used in singles, but is completely omnipresent in doubles. Cresselia is one of the absolute best Pokemon in the game in doubles formats where it's allowed, but in singles it's just not really that good. And it's kind of funny because usually defensive Pokemon don't do that well in doubles. Like Skarmory is, from what I've heard, terrible in doubles. But Cresselia, it's more thanks to all of its support moves. And yeah, as you can see, Pupitar and Graveler. I forget which one of you has worse special defense. I want to say that Graveler has worse special defense, but actually that Pupitar has higher HP. I'm trying to figure out which one would be more likely to be one carried by Psychic. Seeing as that Graveler has lower HP, I'm going to go for it. Yeah, I feel like Pupitar may have higher special defense than Graveler, but I'm not sure. I remember I once had a sort of a plastic toy of Graveler when I was younger, and it had rock throwing action. Which was basically just its arms moving forward. But it was kind of fun. Okay, 23.5 minutes so far. Can we do this faster than Area 1? Because it's just the area leader to go. And we have... Yep, they're nailed this time. So this is a bug-themed area leader, and he does have some stronger Pokemon. Pokemon like Ariados, Yanma, they're not amazing Pokemon, but they're better than what we've been seeing so far. So things are starting to get a little bit tougher, but not really. At the moment, I've still got perfect wins on every fight at this point, and I should probably wipe out that Ariados, because if it has Signal Beam and it hits Soul, I may lose my perfect win streak here. That's actually super effective, isn't it? It's probably going to do less than Fire Blast would, but still. Anorith is the one Pokemon in this guy's team that isn't weak to fire, so I probably want to get rid of it so that Dan Green can sweep everything else. Dustox. Well, you happen to be weak to Psychic. Still can't believe that Cascoon isn't part Poison. I always thought it was. But yeah, that is super effective. And goodbye, Anorith. Still love the way that it just, like, falls forward with its little arms. And Yanma. So if this turn goes well, I need to choose Fire Blast here. I might actually finish this area faster than Area 1. And there goes Dustox. And if I'm right, none of your Pokemon ever got to attack me. So, yeah, good job. Great job, Area Leader number 2. Great job. No damage. Altor is a pretty cool name, though. That was not a great battle for you, though. Okay, that was indeed faster than I cleared Area 1, so that's pretty surprising. The areas are supposed to get harder, aren't they? Anyway, let's go ahead and claim our Poke Coupons. 72! That's actually quite a bit. I think I may actually suspend now, but I'll press Advance anyway, just, accidentally talk to him again. But yeah, I definitely will be doing Area 3 in the next video, so I will see you next time for Area 3.